Radhika, linking to what you were earlier saying, that a lot has already been done. A lot of the announcements have happened pre-budget. Budget increasingly has been losing its significance, unfortunately, as we go through the years. Is it really translating into the real economy? I think that's the question which even the equity markets at some point will sit up and take notice of.
So I think if you look at the core thesis that was to bring consumption back and you look at Q2, Q3 earnings, there are signs that one, consumption is coming back. If you look at a sector like autos, there has been positive benefit from the GST cut. The second thing that is coming back is credit growth. So these things are coming back. Would capital markets like this to happen faster than it's happening? Probably. So I think the government's doing the right thing. It's happening slower than we would want it to. Exporters are, of course, in a lot of pain. And that's another space that you might see some relief in, or hope to see some relief in. So if you go and talk to guys who are exporting, I mean, they've knocked margins down, but they're still trying to do business with the same clients out of fear of losing the clients. But how long is that going to go on? So some relief for exports, and the rupee is not enough.
And if you look at between the budget Feb 1 and Feb and now, the last budget, the even FM didn't know about the Trump tantrums.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
I'm not even sure if he did.
And if you look at the policy changes that's required as a result of that, we have going to sign around 8-9 FTAs, which is there, which changes the entire plane for the exporters. As you said, they're the biggest class or section which has been impacted the most. Then this budget is all about reforms of the customs and other trade tariff barriers or non-trade tariff barriers which is going to come in. So it's in that sense it's the second kind of liberalization kind of policy framework which is expected in this budget, and from that point of view.
And I think select industries that are very badly hit by exports also will be looking for select relief, whether it is customs, whether it's any other kind of reliefs. You look at guys in fisheries, you look at guys in jewelry, you look at guys in textiles. I think they'll also be looking for relief because the pain is very, very real.
So Radhika, as the budget editor today for ET Now, if I were to ask you 3 things which equity markets should be focusing on, given that they're also open today on a Sunday.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
I think fiscal deficit being on track because they've committed to that for the last few years. And the good thing that I've liked about budgets in India over the last few years is that there is a path and a vision that's been laid out, and a lot of it is execution. So I think commitment to the fiscal deficit target and that not being off track despite all the challenges that we've had, I think a 10% CapEx growth number would be very, very nice. Some relief on taxation and not just equity taxation. So I think 2 areas could be interesting. The long-standing demand of STT, with capital gains at 12.5, I think the long-standing demand. The other one that the economic survey pointed out, which I really think is a must, and at least I would celebrate it if it happens, is this whole debt taxation rethink. I think the lack of a vibrant bond market is not something that you can ignore. The high cost of capital in a country like India, and the fact is rates have fallen 125 bips, but bond yields just haven't moved. So you've got to, we talked about multi-asset. You can only do multi-asset if there is tax parity between the assets you are choosing. Right now, taxation decides your asset allocation, and ever since 2023 when that change happened, it's been dry for the bond market. There are no buyers. So I think that would be a very positive sign.